Hello and welcome to Clearview Television. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. House of Representatives Majority Leader demands polling unit for his family, says he is a father of 28 children and hopes to have more before the 2023 general elections. Popular KAYAMATA merchant Hawa Mohammed, popularly known as JARUMA, remanded in prison custody over alleged false claims. Nigerians react to the country's abysmal record on Global Corruption Index, call for more effective anti-graft war devoid of partisanship. I am Prudence Okona with the details of these and more stories. The House of Representatives Majority Leader Honorable Al-Hassan Ado Doguwa has welcomed his 28th child. Doguwa APC Kano disclosed this in Abuja at the plenary session on Tuesday while responding to a congratulatory comment from the House Minority Leader Ndodi Elumelu PDP Delta. The elated House leader promised that he will still produce more as he is still active and prepared to have 30 children before the 2023 elections. According to him, this is no longer news. It is no longer news because this thing happened in the last 24 hours. It is true that my beloved family has gotten an additional one person. It is a bouncing baby girl. The mother and the baby are hale and hearty. The husband is still active. I am here and I thank God that I kept my word with the house, that while I had 27, I promised you that I would continue counting. By the grace of God and your prayers, the count would continue. Now that we are considering the Electoral Act amendment and when we get to the floor perhaps in the committee of the whole, I would appeal to members so that we suspend relevant rules and we have a clause in the Electoral Act where it permits families that do have up to 30 kids in their homes to have an electoral polling unit in their family. He said this remains his target. When the Speaker, Femi Bajabiamela, asked if he was working towards a polling unit in his house with 2 to go, Adodogoa said, at least between now and 2023 before the elections come. If you allow that, then I would have a polling unit within my home. The lawmaker who represents Dogoa Tudungwada Federal Constituency presently has 4 wives. As the voter registration exercise ahead of the 2023 general elections continues nationwide, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has been urged to consider creating a polling unit in the camp of internally displaced persons (IDPs) located at Uhogwa community in Ofia Northeast local government area of Edo State. The management of the IDP's camp says the appeal became imperative in order to enable eligible voters in the camp to exercise their franchise. Our correspondent in Benin, Nafisa Bello, completes the report.
Speaking with Pastor Solomon Falonshaw at the Home for the Needy, which also serves as the IDP camp in Benin City, the Edo State capital, he advanced reasons for canvassing for the creation of a polling unit in the camp, saying that it will reduce the challenges of moving the IDPs around, as during previous elections, the camp engages the services of security agencies to escort about 400 eligible voters to the closest and only polling unit in the community. The coordinator who harped on voting rights called on INEC for documentation of those who are yet to be registered to enable them acquire their voters card.
And the solution to that is to have a polling unit here, because one, we already have voters who have voters card, and we also have more than 300 eligible voters who are not registered yet. So with that population, we need a polling unit so that we don't need to begin to think of how to carry them out, security, to go to far places to go and vote and come to the compound.
Pastor Solomon Folonsho also used the medium to solicit for financial support for the enrollment of about 70 eligible candidates for the forthcoming 2021-22 WAEC examinations, as registration deadline is around the corner.
Right now, another challenge we have is enrollment of the children for the ongoing WAEC enrollment and the one of NECO and NAPTEP. We used to have 200, 300 candidates, but this year we have 70, and that's way above ₦1 million. So we need money to enroll for them.
It is, however, expected that the Nigerian government and good-hearted individuals in the society will collaborate with the center to keep the IDPs alive. Nafisa Bello, reporting for Clearview Television.
Where would Nigeria's next president come from after President Buhari of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, ends his second tenure in office in 2023? This issue remains critical as the race for the presidential tickets of the two major parties, the APC and the main opposition, People's Democratic Party, PDP, gathers momentum. For the opposition, PDP stalwarts of the party remain divided on where the ticket should be zoned to. Is it the south or the north? Among the proponents of the presidential ticket being zoned to the south is Kasim Afebua, a former spokesman of ex-military President Ibrahim Babangida, and later former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Speaking on Arise Television, Afebua hinted on protest votes if the PDP presidential candidate is picked from the north. He advised the party's national leadership to concede the ticket to achieve what he described as a balance of sentiment and emotions, as well as equity, fairness, and justice.
What you need to do is for you to, first of all, operate on the basis of balance, justice, equity, fairness. You see, when those who are authors and operators of the political system will tell you that reforms in any system is not just about giving reforms. They will ask you a further question: how equitable is that reform? Are you taking care of A and B? Is your algorithm, are you getting it right? And all of that. So for me, if you don't give us that sentiment that we are due in the South to have a candidate of the PDP, and you are telling me you want to open it and then you run a system for 16 years in the North, I can tell you the uprising that will start in this country, you will not be able to bear it.
Reacting to Afegba's submission, another PDP stalwart and a public affairs analyst, Danjuma Sariki, said for the PDP to return to power at the center in 2023, the party needs someone with the acceptability, competence, and capacity to lead the party to victory.
The issue of a presidential candidate is not an issue of demography. It's not an issue of age. It's not an issue of whether you are old or you are young. It's an issue of competence. It's an issue of acceptability. It's an issue of the political structure you have as an aspirant. Okay? I am of a younger generation, but you don't know how you want to come and cajole me or hoodwink me into just believing that just because someone is a youth, then I should just vote for him. No. That person must prove his mettle. He must tell me what he can do, and I must be able to check his background.
I don't think it's all about money.
It's not about money. It's not all about money. It's not all about ethnicity. It's not about religion. It's not about tribe. But it's about that competence, and like I said, it's about acceptability and what have you. But I want to say in here that it's not that there are no competent Nigerians that can lead this, young Nigerians that can lead this country. We have a lot of them. Okay, but there are other factors that come into play when it comes to issue of presidential election.
Commenting on the age factor, which has become another contending issue among Nigerian voters, both Afebua and Sariki again disagreed and explains why.
For me, after the 2019 elections, if I were in the shoes of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the Wazir of Adamawa, I will issue a formal statement announcing my retirement from partisan politics, and seeking entry into the top echelon of elder statesmanship. Atiku was 77 in 2023. Cannot be standing on the ballot and say that you want to contest.
Well, if Buhari could do that, why can't
Buhari was
Atiku
72?
do that?
You know, it was 72 in 2015. Buhari 79, you know, 72, 73. And Buhari gave it to him. He admitted on national television that even with his age, he won't be able to perform. And just 3 weeks ago, he told us that we are 79. Working 6 to 8 hours is no joke.
I want to tell you, I have no doubt that Atiku would make a fantastic president. I don't have a doubt.
At this age?
Yes, if you check his track record.
Okay.
Because Atiku is somebody that is very dynamic. It's somebody that has been following the trend. It's somebody that is in terms with the current and contemporary realities of the world. Okay? And he's a man that if you check his background in governance, in business, in politics and what have you, you can rate him very highly. Okay? But just like I was saying, it takes a lot to be president. So even if Atiku wants to aspire, we expect Atiku to do more to be able to woo a lot of the voters, majority of the voters, to his side.
The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, FEMI ADESINA, has made it clear that the federal government decision to suspend the planned removal of fuel subsidy was not informed by calculations for the 2023 general elections. Appearing on a sister television station's early morning program this Wednesday, ADESINA said the action was taken because, as the Minister of Finance and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, stated, the timing is not auspicious as inflation is still high. He explained that in the past 8 months, inflation was reducing, but last month it went up again, thus necessitating further consultations with all the stakeholders. ADESINA also stated that the intention of the federal government to extend the removal of fuel subsidy by 18 months is not to set a booby trap for the next president. According to him, politics is a part of our lives, but elections will just be one event in the life of the country. He added that when elections come, they go, the country continues, noting that this fuel subsidy, whether it stays or goes, is going to have a serious impact on the economy. For Nigeria to win the ongoing fight against insecurity ravaging parts of the country, the citizens must be prepared to look inwards for true change through collective efforts and teamwork. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello stated this at the launch of a book that details the rise of Nigeria's ambassador to the Republic of Benin and former Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, retired. Clearview TV's Gloria Atta was at the book launch in Abuja and now completes the story.
It was an atmosphere of commendation and encomiums for Nigeria's ambassador to the Republic of Benin and former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, at the book launch and public lecture of his biography titled The Great Exploits of Buratai by Nigerian author and UK-based scholar Engineer Best Agbese. Speaking at the launch, Governor Yahaya Bello highlighted some of the efforts of General Buratai's administration in stemming the menace of insecurity in Kogi State and Nigeria as a whole, and urged Nigerians to work together to put an end to the spate of insecurity in the country.
We must be able to find a way to reorientate Nigerians, starting from the leadership to the followership. If we don't have that change of mind and new orientation to believe and know that until Nigeria is secured, starting from our homes, then nobody is safe. Your job or your task is not completed.
The man of the day, General Buratai, while appreciating guests at the occasion, said his administration, as well as military troops, have been able to achieve its current feat in the ongoing fight against insecurity through doggedness and sacrifice to the nation, and therefore admonished Nigerians to embrace the same culture for Nigeria to win the fight against insecurity.
My tenure truly was challenging, and also it came at a challenging period of the nation. Surely we rose to the challenge with the full support of President Muhammadu Buhari. I urge Nigerian youths to always strive towards patriotism and be ready to sacrifice for the nation. It is only through patriotism and sacrifice that we shall progress as a nation.
The author of the book, Best Agbese, describes the personality, doggedness, and leadership style of Lieutenant General Buratai as the key motivations for his research, especially at a time Nigeria is facing harsh realities of insecurity and insurgency.
General Buratai is a man personally that has inspired me because I started taking note of Buratai, like I said earlier, while I was checking the internet, and I saw that he was among the most talked about men in Nigeria. So I started, why him in particular? As a security expert, I decided to look at what did he do differently from what the previous person, the previous chief of army staff did. Why was he able to achieve that? So that was what motivated me to start studying him and researching about him.
The reviewer of the book and renowned scholar, Professor Odenta Odenta, while delivering a public lecture with the theme Appraisal of the Role of Non-State Actors in the Fight Against Insurgency/Insecurity and the Way Forward for Nigeria, highlights how non-state actors can contribute their own quota to protecting the territorial integrity and maintaining unity in the country.
Number one is alternative dispute resolution, ADESINA. And two aspects of that jump out very clearly. One is what we call in the balance of the industry and the sector, restorative justice. It is not different radically from de-radicalization. But why restorative justice has to do with bringing in victims and offenders? I don't know how many times victims and offenders have been brought into confrontation in a very ordered environment in order for harmony to reign.
The event featured a discussion session on the book, the launch by invited guests, goodwill messages from top government officials and captains of industry within and outside Nigeria. Gloria Atta reporting for Clearview Television.
You're watching Clearview Television News. More stories to come after this time out.
Listen to this truth. We are growing by the day, and our viewership keeps growing on our different platforms. We are inviting you to advertise your goods and services with us at incredibly low rates. And do you have news for us? Script or video? Please contact us through our email address, clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com, or WhatsApp line 080-650-30-300. Again, 080-650-30-300. Welcome on board.
You're welcome back. Popular KAYAMATA merchant Hawa Mohammed, popularly known as JARUMA, has been remanded in prison custody following a petition by Regina Daniels and her billionaire husband Ned Nwoko. According to reports, JARUMA was remanded at the Suleja Correctional Center on the order of an Abuja Upper Area Court. She was arraigned by the police over alleged false news publication, intimidation, and defamation of character. JARUMA pleaded not guilty to all charges. Following an oral application for bail by her lawyer, the area court judge Islamia Abdullahi adjourned the matter until Friday, January 28 for the ruling. However, the KAYAMATA merchant is to be remanded in prison. Justice Abdullahi fixed February 23, 2022 for trial resumption. JARUMA was arrested on January 21, 2022 following a complaint by Ned Nwoko, husband of Regina Daniels. Recall that JARUMA had alleged that Regina used her products to grab Ned Nwoko, a claim the billionaire businessman flatly refuted. Now let's join Emil Fonokon for some entertainment stories.
Hello, welcome to Entertainment segment as we bring you stories from the entertainment world. I am Ime Fonokon. Gospel artist Samuel Okposo with other artists are to grace the annual gospel concert organized by popular gospel singer Tokwe Alabi tagged Praise the Almighty. The 2022 edition, according to Alabi, holds at the Police College, Ikeja, Lagos on Sunday, February 20. Following the conviction of Samuel Okposo, Dunamis International Gospel Center has deleted its name from the list of gospel artists slated to minister at a concert on Friday, January 28. Meanwhile, report has it that the Weli Weli Master has deleted the apology post early hours of Wednesday from his verified Instagram page. And Big Brother Naija Season 6 star Maria Chike has advised people to always do what makes them happy regardless of what others think. The brand influencer gave this advice in a post shared on her Instagram story while responding to Nigerians' reactions to the Super Eagles' tragic loss to Tunisia in the 2021 African Cup of Nations AFCON. According to her, it's important to live for oneself and not others because the moment you make a mistake, people tend to forget the good you've done. I totally agree with you on this. And popular Nollywood actress Eniola Badmus has taken to social media to gush over the new shape following her amazing weight loss transformation. Taking to her Instagram page, the thespian who has lost visible weight noted she feels like a newborn baby. Eniola Badmus went on to state that the attention she gets now following her transformation is quite overwhelming. Also, in a chat with City People, she said she took the decision to do the surgery when it got to a point that she couldn't control what she ate. And years after his relationship with Shatta Michi collapsed, the Kai Kai singer has admitted to fall in love again. Shatta Wale introduced his new lover a few days ago after he joined Madikal and his wife Fela Makafai for a vacation. He shared lovely dovey videos of himself with the lady he has been with. He kissed her in some of the videos and introduced her as his baby. "Don't blame me, I'm in love. You see, I'm for your eyes," he captioned in his post. Alright, that's all we have for you today on Entertainment News. Many thanks for joining us. I am Imefon Okun. Back to you, Prudence.
Thank you, Melfon. And Nigerians have been reacting to Transparency International's latest, in which Nigeria dropped 5 places in the 2021 Corruption Perceptions Index. Nigeria scored 24 out of 100 points in the 2021 index. However, the country's current 154 ranking out of 180 countries in the 2021 Corruption Perceptions Index, signifying a drop of 149 in the 2020 index, has called for some concern by some Nigerians. Clearview TV's Mercy AK has more on the latest Corruption Index report.
In the Corruption Perceptions Index 2021, Nigeria ranks 154 out of 180 countries and territories, falling back 5 places from the rank of 149 in 2020. This is according to Transparency International, TI. The Corruption Perception Index, CPI, is the tool used by Transparency International for measuring the levels of corruption in the systems of various countries around the world. The maximum points a country can score is 100 points, and the least is 0. 0 signifies the worst performing countries and 100 the best ranked. According to the ranking, Nigeria is the second most corrupt country in West Africa after Guinea, which is ranked 150 on the global index. While the Nigerian government has consistently claimed that it is reducing corruption, the ranking may be an indicator that corruption is getting worse in Nigeria. It is Nigeria's second consecutive year of a down spiral on Transparency International CPI ranking. Nigeria's score dropped from 26 in 2019 to 25 in the 2020 assessment and further to 24 in the latest 2021 record. So, is the Buhari administration anti-corruption winning? Some Nigerians in Abuja City react on the latest ranking by Transparency International.
Corruption is not about stealing money, public fund. Corruption is when you subdue people's opinion, you stop people's will, when you divert something that is meant for people, when you practice favoritism, something that is meant for public, because it's not your brother or your relative, you don't divert it. It's corruption.
It's not all about government alone. It's about everybody. We have to change our attitudes. We have to be able to do things the right way. Very few persons are doing the right things. And, quite a number of persons are doing the wrong thing. And that is why we have this kind of ratings in the international community.
The corruptions in Nigeria is at high level that it will take, if to face all the corruption going on in the country, it will take like 10 years before we recover. It's not a thing that they will do and they have result in time.
The CPI is one of the data that President Muhammadu Buhari and his party, the All Progressive Congress, APC, relied on to push its anti-corruption agenda against the People's Democratic Party, PDP, during campaigns of his first election in 2014. The APC is yet to react to the latest corruption index by Transparency International.
That'll be all, but before we go, a look at our top stories. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, there are increasing calls for more polling units across the country. Among them is the House of Representatives Majority Leader Alhassan Ado Doguwa, a father of 28 children, who says he is expecting more before the elections. Popular KAYAMATA merchant JARUMA has been remanded at the Suleja Correctional Center on the order of an Abuja Upper Area Court presided over by Justice Ismailia Abdullahi. JARUMA is standing trial over alleged claims that Regina Daniel patronized her Love Potion products to woo her billionaire husband, Ned Nwoko. We also told you that concerned Nigerians have called for a more effective measures devoid of partisanship if the country's anti-graft war is to achieve meaningful results. Remember to like us on Facebook at Clearview Television. Follow us on Twitter at Clearview Online. Follow us on Instagram at ClearviewTV_NG. Also, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Clearview TV. I am Prudence Okuna. Many thanks for joining us.